So basically, we're in a good position now where it's kind of in our hands. Our fate is basically in our hands now.
Peekaboo is running for the hills, ducking away in bear form. He's so low. Absurge line of sight him there for just a moment. Was looking for a drink there potentially. He manages to recover Peekaboo, but now he's caught up in the storm bolt. Whiskey trying to carry the team onto his shoulders. He gets a full fear. Laros, what is he going to do? The pre-sack is good, but it's not enough, and it is going to be the move. Big damage coming out from Peekaboo and Whiskey. They might be able to take him down right now, but it ducks into bear form. Manages to recover with the renewal. The frenzied region. Here comes the incarnation of Bleed. Peekaboo in huge trouble. Can just die. He was going to die. Both of them maybe. The Wiz saves the day with a beautiful void shift, and the move takes game number 1.
Bleeds pull the trigger with the incarnation. Peekaboo does the same. Both these feral druids just exchanging blows here, putting up bleeds, putting up damage. Siphene drops down for Whiskey. He pushes in for a fear. He wants to end this game. Dopamine has no ice blocks left, and this could easily be the end. But Absurge! Cross kill! Oh my goodness! Whiskey saves the day once again. He did it in game number 1. He did it in game number 3, but those 10% health void shifts, those are intense, that's for sure. But the move does it. 3-0.
Can they finish? Drake, Barskin trades for him. He's going in onto Peekaboo, has renewal. He needs to pop that immediately out of the stun. Bear form renewal, trying to stay in this. Frenzied regeneration, anyone could topple. Hammers are down onto Jung, no trinket available. Bleeds are ticking away, dots are ticking away. Whiskey's trying to get the Shadow of Death. If Whiskey can get there, Drake can go down. Whiskey's wrapping around the corner. Prev is off healing, but Whiskey can't get there. He gets silenced, and they do connect. There's no way the move have done it. They've taken down Drake.
Oh, the Repentance doesn't quite find it. Whiskey with a great defensive two-man fear. Pika now reconnecting, looking for some extra CC, but Trev is trying to waddle back in, gets the Void Torrent, does some solid damage to Pika, but Absurge has everything under control with the Wings proc, but look at the mana. Zhang on 50%, Absurge on 15. This is dire.
Drake is almost down.
So low, he might just die outright, but the damage is not quite enough. Whiskey gets the Void Torrent through, but scary seconds, and Zhang is in even more CC. Drake down to 5%, the move! Just take him down! This setup, this CC, everything is perfect, and they are back on top!
All right, the move, all their preparations, all their work, all their blood, sweat, and tears.
W in the chat, W in the chat. I'm trying to tell you guys, like, we're trying as a team. I say this every season. It's not like we just don't care. We're trying. There, you know, sometimes there's stuff influencing the team, and like we're getting shit on for some other reasons. But we're trying, okay? We're trying real hard. The move community deserves a win. You guys deserve a final win, a finals win. We deserve a goddamn finals win, but you guys deserve a finals win. And I promise you, I promise you, no matter the outcome at all, we're trying our fucking hardest, I swear. We're trying to get back in it and just stay a top team, I swear. Yeah, the Fury Warrior is just crazy because, like, even though Fury Warrior is like, Fury War is decent on its own, but yo, Casco it up. But at the end of the day, I think in this meta, you need classes. You need classes in this meta that can survive in dampening, right? And Warrior just can't, like, Warrior just kind of dies in damp, if you've noticed. In a lot of the matchups that Warriors play, whether it's Arms or Fury, you get to this point in dampening where you just kind of die. And so, like, the Fury Warrior is a good pick. The Fury Warrior is a good pick because it's scary attacking a priest. You know, you're playing a Fury Warrior into a class that doesn't really have much mobility. You're kind of just training them down. You have a lot of uptime. But the problem is when you have a comp like this, you know, Feral Shadow Priest, the Shadow Priest is Void Leech, Paladins make Shadow Priest. Paladins make Shadow Priest really tanky too. What happens is, like, we just get to dampening and then they die, right? Like, if we get to dampening, the Warrior will always die. And that's kind of just how the games go. So, like, this game is the same thing. You know, they have a Fear Warrior. We obviously know. We kind of figured that they would play Warriors 2 OP, true. What do you think coming into that series? I mean, I knew we could win, man. Like, I knew we could win. I know we're a good team. I know that, you know, despite a lot of the memes that people have had about our team forever, you know, we don't practice, Pika doesn't multi-class, all this shit. Like, I know we're a good team, and I know we're very much capable of being... you know, being the best team and being able to win. So I just know we can win. Like, we've always been a team that learns really quick. Like, we've always learned so quickly, I feel like, in comparison to most. And I had full confidence, and this is how I felt this is how I felt this week too. Even yesterday, you know, we improved a lot in the mirror, and we changed a lot of things, and we like VOD reviewed and tried to figure out what was wrong. But even going into that series, like I had full confidence that we can play against their team and like win the mirror. But you know, it just didn't work out. We didn't play that well. Like we focused too much on trying to fix certain things that we didn't play well in other areas, and it's like, I know we're capable of winning, and it's just I think that it's really easy to have
In the back line, he finds
I think it's really easy to like
Laros.
just have a lot of noise when you're playing these tournaments, whether it's from the stream or the WoW stream or like random messages in game or like fucking people DMing you on Twitter talking shit or like tweets, and like it's really easy to listen to a lot of the noise and psych yourselves out a bit without realizing that we're actually doing pretty well. Like obviously, you know, we were traveling the first cup. Pika was traveling for like 2 weeks in the desert or something, doing some shit, and we weren't able to practice. I was traveling, then I got sick, so me and my girlfriend are both just sick and dying with some fucking disgusting illness. Wiz got sick also for cup number 2 and 3, and we weren't able to practice much. And then you have all this noise of like, you guys are trash and you can't win and blah blah blah, and it's like we're only losing really to one team, but everyone else is making it seem like we're the worst team ever. And it's just it's hard to not listen to the noise, but you have to always kind of be sure of yourself and remember that we can see the results for ourselves, you know? And I'm just happy with how the team did, dude. I'm just happy with how the team did. I thought we played really well. I thought Wiz played insane. I thought Pika for the 1 week Feral did insane. And I'm just really happy that now we're in a spot where we are top 3. We're top 3. We guaranteed our spot in the finals, and we don't have to be in the gauntlet, like I said earlier, because fuck the gauntlet. I'm not trying to be in the single elimination, like all or nothing tournament where you just instantly lose, or like you get cheesed or something. Maybe you disconnect. I don't even know what the problem could be. You could disconnect in one game, get tilted, and all of a sudden you're out and you don't make finals. So really, really happy that we're in the finals, and I thought the team did really well today, man. Thrash was also big, yeah. So that that's the thing, right? We're trying to learn certain things and get better, and you know, we didn't have.
Busting makes me feel good. Busting makes me
we
feel
weren't
good.
playing. We weren't playing Thrash in the mirror, and like Thrash just adds like 4% damage. Like every single game, Thrash is doing 3 to 4% of the Feral's damage, and that was just a talent that we didn't have in the mirror yesterday. So that obviously helped a lot and just got more pressure. So this game, I mean, there's not much to say here. Basically, what's happening in this game is you know, both teams are attacking their main target. We're trying to go the warrior mainly. Wiz is trying to drag the melee out from the pillar and also drag the paladin out from the pillar so that we can get more CC. And there comes a point where there are chances to kind of win early, which I think on the Ashman's game we had a really insane win. I think on the Hook Point game too. A lot of it really comes down to just kind of staying composed, making sure we're trading the right cooldowns. And like I said earlier about Warrior, there comes a point in the game where the Warrior just kind of falls over and dampening, and that's kind of what we see here. We also were getting a lot better too I think we got a lot better this matchup at CCing. So we got a lot better with me and Pika got a lot better this matchup with actually CCing the Pally. So we were doing like a lot of double casting where like Pally gets stunned, he casts a clone. You see it a lot with Mage Druid teams. You know, the Paladin gets stunned, I'm casting a rep, he's casting a cyclone, and try to make sure that you're landing the CC. So yeah, so we get F tier again. We actually get F tier again first round of finals too. So I think we're in a really good position right now of just, we got into the finals, we get F tier first round, and we just got to figure out the meta. And we have a month to do that. There's a new patch too. New patch on Tuesday, anniversary patch. And oh my god, we get this transmog stuff. Not to, you know, nerd out a little bit, but like we get the, aren't they like reskinning all the Nax gear or something? Or they're reskinning the T2 gear and stuff? That's going to be sick. I don't remember how long this game is. I think we win really soon, right? I think we win here.
That rift is getting bigger and bigger.
We get a rep. I get a Hodge on the pally.
Abster just still getting lots of crowd control for his team to try and keep them in the match because their mana is in shambles. Big damage on
Siphon.
Pop him at low health. He gets a double fear. Whiskey is alone, and that Tendi is trying to take him down, but it's not.
Oh, I think this was the game too. I think this was the first game where I think one of my bops was weird. I think I bopped him here too. So this is one of those things where it's really easy to overuse and get too aggressive because you think the game can end. Because, you know, as some of you guys have heard from our practice with Pika streaming, you're not going to win in 2 fucking minutes. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You're not going to win the game in 90 seconds. And not in this meta. This meta, it's fucking impossible. You're not winning the game in 90 seconds.
Busting makes me feel good. Busting makes me feel
and
good.
Like, here is kind of a good example of that. Kuro, I think of the resub, dude, where I think this bop was just really bad by me. I bopped Wiz really high. He wasn't stunned or anything, but I pre-bopped him at full HP just so they couldn't peel him at all because we had CC on the pally, but then we just don't kill here. So it's like this bop ended up being like pretty bad. Why did he bop there? Did he fat finger? No, I just, in my head, it's just one of those moments of like, holy shit, I got a rep. I full Hodge this guy. I bop Wiz. The game is over. But it's not over. They just live. They just live, and you're like, holy shit. All right, well, this bop sucked. It's like, in the moment, it's like, holy shit, I just destroyed these people. Full rep, full Hodge. We bopped the priest high, and then they live, and you're like, well, okay, that was actually terrible. So that's what that was. So like here, this is where it's like, if I had just had a bop, we would have won right here. Like this would have been a good time to bop. Like I could have bopped Wiz here, and then like they can't shatter or do anything. They just fall behind. We get full CC. But yeah, so that bop was fried.
Pressure. Ring of Peace does nothing. Laros is still melting. Peekaboo goes.
Wiz just doesn't really like streaming, man.
Sleeps in desperation, but Peekaboo.
Oh my god, I want to show something.
IF tier in game 1.
Guys, you ever want to see something? You want to see something sneaky? Oh, it's right here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. So what happens here? I think I used sack. I save us with sack early. I used a couple globals. And you can see me, right? You can see me just slowly. I'm just slowly moving around left and right, left and right. I stand still. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Still standing still? Do they say anything?
He's so conflicted as
Go for the drink. Look at my character, dude. I swear they never expect the middle of the map drink. They never expect it. It's almost like you're DC'd or something. They never expect it. I'm telling you. If you guys are playing threes and you need to get a drink off somehow, just do it in the dead center of the fucking map. Just do it in the dead center of the map. Just like start casting spells and then just strafe back and forth. Or like fake cast spells. Just start fake casting for like 5 seconds. Crazy.
As to what
Look at this. Look at this. Look, I'm sipping.
to do. And
I actually got a lot of mana here.
all this time he's spending bouncing between means that they're just getting more momentum as to what to.
Damn, I actually got like 5% here. That was insane. Then you get sapped. Yeah, against the rogue. Against the rogues. They don't have a rogue, man. I got a Windwalker monk. Yeah, against the rogue, it's different. Like, you probably don't want to be sitting there AFK against rogues, but still. So game 2 is weird because I guess they locked in Arms Warrior on accident. So they asked us if we were ready. So they locked in, and then production said that asked if we were ready. I said yes, and then we actually just waited. They were like, "Oh, hold on," and then we waited like 5 or 6 minutes, and then they said, "Oh, they didn't mean to pick Arms," which this is unfortunate. You know, this happens every now and then when you're selecting your comp and stuff. Sometimes people hit the wrong thing and they don't really notice, and they lock it in, and you can't change it. So it was unfortunate. We all know that Arms is pretty trash in this tourney meta. I did not think they were going to be playing Arms at all. I thought if they were going to play a Warrior, they were just going to be Fury. So when we saw this, we were definitely confused, and it sucks, you know. It sucks because it just sucks to like lose a map like that, you know. Sucks to lose a map like that. I think this is a game that we kind of realized that we could actually just force a lot of CC. So I think game 2 we knew it a little bit game 1, but I think game 2 we kind of realized more that we should really be able to just run on top of the pally and spam CC him. Like that should be really easy for us to do. So So this was a really good game. I think we got a lot of CC here too. Oh, I also got, oh my god, I forgot. I got a really insane fake on the monk kick on one of the reps, like late in the game. I gotta find that.
Big crits in this type of matchup if they
Let's skip ahead a little bit, because like, I think we get a lot of CC here, right? Like even here, we don't normally have Wiz run in. Like you guys have seen this from our team a lot when we're playing like Rogue Shadow Priest. But as Feral Shadow Priest, we haven't had Wiz run across the map like this in so many games. Where like he's the one that's gonna get CC. So we kind of realized this. This game that we could get a lot more CC on Pally, and that we could, if we played a little bit better in getting CC, that the game would go better for us. So
that off, and Whiskey doing a good job just
so we stun this guy, so we get a stun. So this is what I mean by double casting too. So we get a nice go on the warrior. He doesn't have parry. He has trinket, doesn't have parry, but right when Wiz press stun on the Pally, we're both going for CC. So like right here,
Peekaboo is just gonna be walking that
we get a stun on the warrior. We stun Pally, and I think this is really important when you're playing comps like this, where like you have double casted CC, or like an act like, or like just any sort of like setup potential with a stun or something. For those of you, trying to improve and all that, this is really important. So if you have, you guys got a team or something in 3s that you play with, or 2s, it's really important to kind of both be going for something and communicate what's happening. Because as you see here, we get a stun on the Pally, and we get a stun on the Pally, and I run up to the Pally and I start casting a rep, and then Wiz is running into fear too. So like the monk can't stop both of us.
He's doing a good job.
So Dorito is actually super quick on this too. This guy's always so fast and annoying. But yeah, as you see, we're both casting rep. Dorito's super quick on running back to stop it. He flying serpent kicks to me, kicks the rep, but he can't stop the fear.
Just kiting away.
So right here, we get a nice stun into fear. The warrior's dying in the stun here, and then what happens after this? We get trinket sack. So we actually just caught up a lot on pressure here.
Nice spear hand strike.
We got a lot of momentum this game, I think. I want to see when I get the Hodge rep that like I get the monk kick there, like I juke the monk kick.
gonna create an
Oh, yeah, look at this nice juke coming in. Look at this lovely juke coming in. We're casting the rep. The monk gets out of the clone, tries to run across as fast as he can to kick the rep.
opening. It's not only just a
Whoa!
threat itself.
And and he missed it.
Just force cooldown.
We're back. We're fucking back. So we get a nice Hodge rep here. Warrior's dying. I think we get bubble here, right? Or does he rally? Does he bubble, rally late?
Oh, they're going Laris. He's a trinket.
We get a rep.
Die by the sword. He's popping up victory rush. Spell reflecting desperation. But that entropic rift, he charges.
Actually gets a lot of healing here. Is parry up.
Away from the entropic rift. He needs to
I get a glare on the monk.
dodge it. He went right back into it, taking a huge hit.
Still dying.
Oh my god, the mind flays are just channeled from Whiskey. He's forced to retreat back behind the pillar. Shaz is rooted, trying to get to his side and get him restabilized here. He's
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like, dude, this is why the damp meta is so funny. In the moment, that Hodge rep felt like we won the game, but then they were just fine. I was actually so excited for that moment.
We're going after Whiskey.
I think I block him out here too. This was so annoying. Oh my god, when people are like, when you're trying to go for the CC and somebody's doing the ring around the rosy around the pillar, it's so frustrating. So like even here, it's not bad because when they're trying to avoid the CC like that, you're getting a lot of pressure because you're keeping them out of line for 2-3 seconds, which is you're missing 2 globals if you're getting, instead of just tanking the CC and then like having to trade if you need to. If you're doing that, typically you get like 2 seconds of them not being able to press a button, which ends up helping a lot. So here I'm trying to chase him down for the Hodge and he's just running around the pillar.
Whiskey, what is he gonna?
We got a crazy chain here. We got Hodge. We got the Hodge into rep, which forced bubble. Warrior still doesn't have parry yet.
Game here, no Chaz.
We get the MD. I think.
He's going
Yeah, so we get the MD on the bubble. Pally Hodge is me.
to trade out the divine shield in
We
time.
get a silence on the Pally. Holy shit, this was crazy. I think, dude, yeah. So we get a silence on the Pally. Wiz gets out of the VT. And then I think we get a half fear to win this game.
I managed to save him, but this is not looking good.
Yeah, so we get a clone as well. That was crazy. I think he fears his trinket, right? So this was also such a crazy clone. I don't know if Pika was playing clone range on this in this game, and we get like the max range, like 21, 22 yard clone here, which was crazy. So we get a Hodge rep, forces bubble, he bubbles, we MD the bubble, which was, we got a like pretty fast MD on the bubble, silence on the pally, Pika starts casting a clone, and they start freaking out here too, because like the warrior's already dead, the warrior's getting slowed, full dots, they're trying to chase down Wiz maybe to like help prevent the fear and like just keep uptime on him, and yeah, we get a nice max range clone.
But this is not looking
Leaps away, max range clone, fear the trinket.
good. They master play the bubble. There's the silence. There's the full cycle.
Crazy.
The fear on the trinket coming out, and the move manages to clean it up here.
That was nice.
Beautifully.
Then we go back here to the Windwalker Warrior. They went back Fury, so they accidentally picked Arms, which sucks. But they wanted to just stay this matchup and not play Ellie, and they stuck with the Fury Warrior, so they try to get back to the Fury Warrior. I swear this game we got a lost CC too. I feel like we got a lost CC this game. Dude, it's actually so funny when everyone goes crazy and like you're just getting these holy shocks. Like if anyone plays healer, if anyone plays healer in the chat, unless you're playing a Disc Priest or like an Evoker, you're not really doing that much damage when you're casting and stuff. Like you do decent damage, but it's always really funny when we get in these moments where like somebody's dying and we have the full CC chains and I don't need to heal. And I'm on a pally and like I'm hitting holy shock. Holy shock hits for like 90k. And I'm like 90k holy shocking this person, just like throwing piss at him, trying to kill them. Those are always good moments. And like the whole time too, I'm just screaming. I'm like, he's fucking dead. And I'm throwing a hammer of wrath that does 0.1% of his health. He's fucking dead. He's dead. I kill him. It's like, it's just so fried, dude. Yeah, Summer does a lot randomly. It's really weird to see. Like you can, if you time your healing kind of, you can actually summer with damage for like over 1 million. It's so troll.
Absolutely. He's just chasing Chaz around that corner, trying to find the stun. He finds the Hammer of Justice. He go for the
I think this one broke. This one was so lame that it broke because I think Pharaohs have a hero talent that when they bite or when their dot expires, then they AoE. They have like some shitty AoE pulse, and then this one broke here, which sucked. Prev's doing a lot of damage, yeah.
He manages to get the repentance as well.
Then it just breaks, and then we silence him. So that would have been crazy. Like we would have had crazy pressure here if we got like got the full rep, and then because how long did that last? The warrior presses wall, and it breaks after 1 second. So if we had 5 more seconds with that and the silence, like we could have definitely gotten crazy pressure here. But this was still really good. I think my bop was weird this game. I feel like this game was randomly kind of annoying, but I can't remember why. I think I had a weird bop. Like a bad time. But we ended up obviously being able to survive. It wasn't the worst thing. Like this comp has so many cooldowns. What happens here? Trying to get the reppies line and we get a silence.
How is Laris going to survive this? The silence on the Shaz. He trinkets the silence, but now he's vulnerable to other crowd controls, and he gets cyclone
low is crazy.
By Peekaboo. He can't recover him immediately here. Shaz has to time a big heal right now. He gets it. He hits the timing, but now he's into a stun. Laris trying to force Peekaboo away, but this is a Psyfiend. Laris has the line of sight. He line of sights the Psyfiend, but Peekaboo is going crazy. Dorito in a
trinkets.
In a rep.
I get a fear. We get a full fear.
To assist, but hammers down. Full fear from Whiskey, and Peekaboo is tearing in, but a double leg sweep bop. Maybe they can turn this around. It looks like
the bop off.
Immediately responding to this though.
Eventually, Peekaboo gets over there looking for the damage. They find it. Beautiful intervene from Laris.
Holy shit, it was so crazy. He lived here. He got the dwarf and then like got super low.
Not gonna be Chaz on his last leg, trying to wrap around the corner.
Yeah, this is what it was. That was scary. I had a weird bop.
Fight for one more.
I get incapped. They do a lot of damage to Pika, and then I think I bop and I don't trinket, where I feel like I should have just trinketed here, but this was kind of sketchy for sure. Remember, I got robbed here, and then I think I got robbed here, and then I think I got a wings. I think I got a wings, and then I ran around the pillar. I think Pharaoh's playing precog is fine because being able to get precog with clone is really, really big. Like being able to get precog ever in a game with a druid is really insane. Like we've seen with Boomy, like we saw with Boomy and Dragonflight. Having an enemy team be forced to stop clones and then also be severely punished if they miss kick is really, really big. Always being able to line up the CC is so crazy. If you can just get really solid with it. Because we got a nice stun. We got a nice stun here. like double stuns. We got stun the warrior, stun the pally into a fear, and like I think he gets the sack randomly, but like the game is just over.
But now he's caught up in the storm bolt.
Oh, no.
Trying to carry the team onto his shoulders. He gets a full fear.
Because what happened here? Wiz athlete, dude. This is what I'm saying, man. Connor is so good. I didn't even realize what happened here. So he actually, Wiz runs in and he actually gets a death. He gets a death on the warrior to break the paralysis. I was wondering how the pally got the sack off. That's crazy. I was wondering how the pally got the sack off, but I think he got the death here. But it was like barely too late on the backlash. So that's why the pally got out of it and got the sack. I didn't realize he dead the incap here. Nice.
Looking for a drink there, potentially manages to recover.
So we get a nice stun. We stun the pally.
But now
we get a death on the incap. And then fear the pally.
Trying to carry the team onto his shoulders. He gets a full fear.
That's crazy.
The pre-sack is good, but it's not enough. And it is going to be the move that qualifies as the 3rd seed.
Holy shit, dude. That was a crazy series. That was the first one. I gotta get through the VODs, man. Dude, this shit was so fried. This fucking ice wall shit. I'm so sick of this ice wall ability. This was so annoying. I think thank God Wiz is quick on the reflexes. Thank God Wiz is quick on the reflexes. Because I randomly get ice walled, and like, even when it looks like Pika's in my line on the wall, it doesn't let you heal. So Wiz like swapped him like 0%. Thank God. We would have to play the 2v2, man. Yeah, right here. I get sheeped. I come off the R, I get sheeped. We chase the feral because it's latent damp.
Peekaboo and Whiskey, they might be able to take him down right now, but
and then he orbs, and then he gets an ice wall here.
Into bear form, manages to recover.
And I think the mage does a lot of damage here too, so he gets an ice wall.
With the renewal, the frenzied region, here comes the incarnation of bleeds.
And like, look at this fucking troll ice wall, dude. Just barely.
To bear form, manages to
because they press incarn 2.
With the renewal, the frenzied region,
we trinket, and thankfully Wiz can get the fear.
Here comes the
and then the swap here, because look at our HP.
Incarnation of bleeds. Peekaboo in huge trouble.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Dude, watching it back is so fucking crazy. Like, because in our heads, we know that we win the game. We know that we're not going to lose this game because we have so many fucking spells to press. We have swap and like me being able to trinket and bubble, or me being able to bubble and like run in. But then something like this happens where like the ice wall comes up out of nowhere and like, look how close this is. We're actually lower health than him. We're actually lower HP than they are, but we get the swap and then they die. Look at this. Holy shit. Holy shit. Thank God he swapped. Thank God Wiz press swap.
He was going to die, both of them maybe, but Wiz saves the day. Absolutely.
Oh my God, man. Yeah, this game was weird because so I was standing on their pillar for most of the game, and based on how the game was going and like how they were playing with them running back and running in nonstop, I couldn't understand why it felt so bad. Like I couldn't understand why the game felt like it was going so poorly for us. And then I swapped pillars and it just automatically fixed. Like positioning it's always interesting to see how much positioning affects the game. And I think that's something that especially a lot of new players that are trying to improve don't understand. Is that where you're standing and where you're positioned by your teammates or by the enemy or lining one of them, it just changes the entire flow of the game because people can't press cooldowns on you. They have to run closer to you to get in range. Because like where I'm standing here, the game felt so bad and I couldn't understand it in the game until I think like 4.5, 5 minutes in, where it's like, oh fuck, like I'm just gonna swap pillars. I think right here is when I'm like, dude, why the fuck? I think I said that in comms. I'm like, dude, why the fuck am I here? I need to cross pillars. And like, I just ran to the side. So it's always funny for me to watch it back. Cause like I pressed steed here because I remember saying, this is fucked. I need to run. Like, this is fucked. Why am I here?
Here in this game, so
and I just run across.
That is a huge deal that they're able to get that at this point. Now Whiskey caught up in a counter.
So I run across because I'm gonna get CC'd anyways, and then I get sheeped here. But like, the reason it's good is because when I run across, the mage has to blink into the center of the map to sheep me and actually push into us. So this was really good.
They look for another CC on the
like immediately crossing the pillar changed the game.
So they find a full polymorph. They can chain it with...
So I think we start gunning it at the mage here.
Does free him from
but Farrell's still in a lot of trouble too.
Once again, look for crowd control in his zone. He gets
so I got a rep here.
Full repentance at the same time. Dopamine is on the run. He's got the icy veins up. It is doing.
We get a clone as well. So that's why you play precog right there. Good example. Good example there.
Of his own. He gets a full repentance at the
we get a juke on the kick.
Same time. Dopamine.
We get a juke on the Farrell kick. So Pika jukes the Farrell's kick. Gets precog, clones the pally off the rep,
He's got the icy veins up. It is doer.
And like this just creates so much pressure. So I think we get Trinky here, right? Or does he sit?
Teams, Peekaboo looking for the cyclone.
He sits
he
it.
Finds it here onto MGXO. They're making the push on Dopamine. Can they
pull back a little bit?
Can they get the second
A
ice
wall.
Is he on hypothermia?
A bop high. Try to bop kind of high. Could have bopped faster.
Get swapped to a miracle swap coming in from Bleeds.
Get a hodge on the Farrell. Pally dispelled here too. So we get a hodge on the Farrell. Because the pally dispelled and the Farrell has to sit this now and we can push in more.
Hypothermia.
So we get a fear on the pally. He dispels the fear. We hodge the Farrell. He can't get out.
But Absurge gets swapped to a miracle.
So we get a hodge dispel here.
Bleeds as both Absurge and Dopamine are under fire. Peekaboo is just rotting down. This
they
is
get a tears here
for the side of the move. Absurge has to pull off some miracles, and the tears deliverance might be exactly what he needs.
And I think this is where we realize that we're gonna win the game really soon. And that we just need to play safe. Like we just need to play safe a little bit because we got really far ahead and now we just need to play a little safe.
Yeah, and he manages to get back here behind the pillar. Get a little bit of healing. Pause the game for
so we trinket, kind of waiting a bit, sitting in bear.
Had to trinket there out of a stun
play a little defensive.
Now still just
now what happens here? I think they run in, they go me, they get a bash on me.
Do all of this
get a sheep.
It can be very, very scary.
We get a stun clone on the Farrell, which was really good. So we actually stun cloned them on their go.
Spell steals the power infusion, and now he gets aggressive onto Peekaboo. They got crowd control onto Absturge.
Okay, we get a skin.
Very, very low. He's got
we get a double fear on the DPS.
Renewal in just 1 second. They interrupt the Ray of Frost with a fear. Beautifully done there by WizK. They stand Dopamine
get half sheep.
And now Dopamine with the icy veins is looking to hunt down Peekaboo.
We double DB'd.
Gets caught up in a Dragon's Breath.
Ice Wall's us. I run around. Ice Wall is so annoying. Oh my god.
Onto both of them. Huge Ice Wall. MGXO on the other side there could potentially get something going onto Absturge, but doesn't have the Hammer of Justice available there for another 15 seconds, so a little bit unfortunate timing, but that was another great ice wall here from
another hodge on the Farrell too behind the pillar.
Dopamine. That is for another 15 seconds, so a little bit unfortunate timing.
You get the dispel there?
Another great ice wall.
Oh no, he wall, so he skinned. Yeah, so we got a nice hodge on the Farrell behind the pillar. He skins
here from Dopamine. That is my favorite spot to block off.
We sack Pika.
Timing, but that was another great ice wall here from
this sack was kind of shit, but because the Farrell was still stunned and I was out of line, but I think we were just like wanting to somehow like not take damage.
That is my favorite spot
because I get a glare on this guy.
Block off on this map, and Bleeds meanwhile is rotting down, though the Siphon is good. They need to kill it off immediately. They try to target it. They manage to do
it. No, it's his sack. Holy shit, how high am I?
Busting makes me feel good. Busting makes me feel good.
Yo, Zap, what up? Jeez, it's like this guy pressing sack. I'm like, holy shit, that sack was so bad by me. Zap, what up? Appreciate the brain sub, dude.
MGXO recovers with the sacrifice here onto Dopamine.
Really big panic moment for the move. Beautiful ice wall by Dopamine. Too bad here. That was a really big panic moment for the move. Beautiful ice wall by Dopamine, but at the same time,
we get nice. I get cloned here. Stun Pika.
Like MGXO is running out of time. He's running out of cooldowns. He's running out of
mana. Sack here.
Big Ray of Frost.
And then we have Incarn back up too, and I think this is where the Farrell trinkets offensively.
Oh, on Peekaboo, massive swell of damage there for Dopamine as he drops down the Blizzard to get some crowd control. But
all Pally, we get bubble.
Are getting destroyed. MGXO is forced into the Divine Shield. Does
the Farrell's dying?
Keep Bleeds alive. There's no defensive cooldown.
We get a dispel on the sheep here
whatsoever. He's forced to trade out the
Giants plays a mage, yeah.
Blessing protection. He doesn't have heals.
How does he not get the clone here? What happens? Oh, he gets knocked. That was a really good knock. So we get sheeped.
There's no defensive cooldowns left.
Okay, dispel on the sheep
whatsoever.
And then he gets bopped. The Farrell gets bopped on the Incarn, and then I think Pika knocks the clone here, which was insane.
He's forced to trade out the Blessing protection.
So he casts clone in the he presses Cyclone in the bop, and we can't interrupt it because he has bop up, and then we get a Typhoon.
He doesn't have heals. WizK is
that was really good, and then we get the fear here.
Pushing in for the win. All three members. This could be a
so they get a clone on me.
Triple kill potentially. Bleeds is just so
I bubble it. And I think this is the moment that I think we got a lot better at in a lot of these matchups. You can't kick through Bop on Feral or Pally. Yo, Acid, what up? Zap, thank you very much, man. BMA, what's good? It feels good. It feels good. Yeah, I think this is where we got a lot better at as far as this meta goes, because the meta changes tomorrow on Tuesday anyways. But I think this is where we got a lot better in these type of matchups is when it's this level of dampening and like you get to this point in dampening in a game, there's no point to try and like hold cooldowns, because if you can literally just ride momentum and win. So like he bops here. He tries to clone. He gets Typhoon. We have Incarn up still.
For the win.
And then he gets the clone on me. They get the clone on me and they start doing damage to Wiz or to Pika. And even though we have skin up, it's like I just bubble here.
This could be a triple kill potentially. Bleeds is just so far.
Like I just bubble here and I think I get a rep soon.
On the back foot. He's going to go for the stun.
I get a glare.
Denies it.
I get a tears.
Silence on MGXO, but somehow, some way they've
and then I get a rep. So it's like right here, that's just crazy. Like if I don't bubble here, then like not only do we start to fall behind because we don't have more CC, they get to do more damage here with no bark skin and deep dampening. But we also lose CC too. So it's like, this is a crazy example of like, when you're in this deep of dampening, even though Pika skins and he's full HP and the Feral gets feared here, pressing bubble is going to win us the game. Like bubble is an offensive cooldown at this point in the game. So not only we bubble here and we get 3 casts off, we get 3 super important casts off that we would have had to do after all the CC. We got a Searing Glare on the Mage and the Feral. We got a Tears Deliverance, and I got a rep on the Pally. So I casted 3 spells back to back to back in the bubble. And if I didn't bubble here, we would have been, not only would we have been dying, but I would have also had to like cast my Tears again with every kick up.
Triple kill potentially. Please.
So we bubble here, and this is just crazy momentum.
He's just so far on the back foot. He's going to go for the stun.
We get a glare.
Denies it.
Here's Deliverance.
Silence on MGXO, but somehow,
and then I get a rep.
Some way they've stayed in the fight. However, this is just going to be too much. A full repentance lands and bleeds. How can you possibly survive barefoot?
And then we get a clone too. Like this guy gets CC'd so much this last 20-30 seconds.
Barkskin seems like it's going to be enough. But
and then we get a Hodge Mage too. So like this was crazy because we got super aggressive here, and they can't just go offensive back because they're dying and we're getting CC. So because of my bubble and us riding momentum with Pika's Incarn, we end up getting a ton of CC here and like slowing down their damage to the point where we end up getting a clone because they're so far behind.
How can you possibly?
We end up getting a full clone here. No mage counterspell. Feral gets stunned. And then I Hodge the mage so we can't peel at all. So like at this time, the mage can't sheep or peel at all.
Survive bear form
because I get DR Hodge Mage and like right on his sheep cast too, so we can't sheep.
Like it's gonna be enough, but Peekaboo gets the full.
And then we get the kill. Fucking crazy. Like he can't Dragon Spread them or anything. This game was really weird. I think this is the game that we realized that we were kind of losing halfway through the game because the Pally, the way they were positioned, we weren't like really committing at all to pushing in. So the Pally was just getting drinks off, and like he got a full drink at one point. And like the mana difference is crazy because we were just kind of staying back. And I think that's when we realized like we need to actually just be way more aggressive here. Like we're playing too passive and we're gonna lose. I think Wiz gets like a crazy swap here where like I have bubble anyways, and we're gonna see this at the end of the game. I have bubble for it, and I know I have bubble. I'm like completely fine. We're not panicked. We're talking about how we need swap. But it's like I think swapping there at the end is really good because I didn't want to bop. And the mage randomly fucking spell steals it and just lives at 0%. Like, definitely have seen those moments before, and it's like it just fucks. It would have been a tilter. I think this is when we just like full commit to just going aggressive. This last like minute.
Just exchanging blows.
Push in. We get a Hodge on the Feral.
Putting up damage. Siphene drops down for WizK.
Full aggressive on the Pally. We get a fear on the Pally here. Feral's still training me, trying to kill me. They get a stun on me, and like I have wall. And then we swap.
He wants to end this game. Dopamine has no.
And it's like, this is the moment where it's like, holy shit. Okay. Like we have swap still. I could press bop here, but if I bop instantly on this stun and the mage spell steals it, then he possibly lives. Like he can live here if he like RNG spell steals the bop. Like, if I bopped right here and he actually like RNG purged it for whatever reason, like there is a small chance. I don't know if he even had barrier back or like was even close to it, but there's a chance that this guy will actually just live. So it's definitely did not want to bop here. I would rather just swap.
He has no ice blocks left, and this could easily be the end. But Absurge, cross kill. Oh my goodness, WizKay saves the day once again.
Crazy.
Percent health.
Damn, we actually did have 3 3-0s in a row. It's hard. It's so hard to win, man. Like people are so good. I'm gonna skip ahead.
Solo shuffle.
I think it was pretty. I feel like it was pretty crazy for people to watch this game because I swear we were doing a lot better. If anyone has watched any of the mirrors lately, we haven't done too well into them. Like it's still going to be a long game, but it's very, very one-sided, I would say, like in their favor. But we're like putting up a fight, and I feel like this game we kind of had like more pressure than them in this series, especially the first game than they did. Like we were like really, really close and like getting a lot of pressure, I feel like, compared to most games where like we're the ones that are behind all the time. Why is there a mana disparity? Well, I think Zhang's just good, and I think Zhang's good, and he's good at being mana efficient. But I also think that, so they're doing more damage. Like the Shadow Priest is typically doing more damage in these games, and I think that that's because we're playing more aggressive, kind of. Like we're both playing in a way to like, you know, CC the Feral and like stop Cyclones. But I would argue that we're the ones that are being a little bit more aggressive with our CC. And if you're doing that, you're typically going to be taking more damage because you're trying to be in the open more and all this stuff. So I would say that's why. Yeah, just getting better setups and stuff I think is really important for us. Whereas their team is like, they're still getting setups and they're doing really good swaps, but they're like blasting the meters, you know, blasting the damage meters.
Caught up to
so that's why the mana is usually different. On top of Zhang obviously being really good.
Peekaboo's early aggression, and it's.
Did you change strats a bit? I mean, we kind of did. Like we learned a lot about like how to position and we learned a lot about like how to position and stuff by playing a lot of these mirrors now, especially against them because they're a really good team. So we just learned a lot about like how to position and stuff, and like when to be aggressive and whatnot is kind of what we learned. And this is the same thing, man. Dude, when Drake was dying for the last like 40 seconds, Pika is actually screaming at the top of his lungs. And like his mic is just cutting out all the time because he's just screaming. Zhang isn't Brain. They're different people. It's like even here, we're like getting super aggro. We end up stopping the tiers too, which was crazy. So we got to stop on tiers. And tiers Deliverance is a huge HPS boost for Pallies. So being able to stop tiers is really good. Brain quit, yeah. He still plays Classic and stuff, I think.
Yes, Drake gets cloned on the defensive spot. He is
so we get crazy pressure here too because we actually stopped the tiers.
More than fine as he recovers.
And then he bops.
Pika
we get a stun the Priest.
Very far in the back line. Absurge rushes in to bop.
I end up getting a bop on Pika behind the pillar.
Is Feral out of that sticky spot, and Drake.
Yeah, he retired. Yeah, he didn't quit. He retired. Fucking guy won for multiple years, and then yeah, he just stopped playing.
Once again, trying to swap over, keeping that pressures play style from Jung on towards Absurge, and with so much damage, massive
wings here.
Pika down to half, gets hodged up.
Get the dispel on the hodge late. Yo, Mike, what up? Did we end up swapping here?
The incarnation has run out with too much of an effect. And
oh, yeah, we do. Because I get silenced, yeah. So this was really good. We swap high. And it's just enough time for me to also be able to get like a lot of heals out.
Swaps over, incarnation, big bleeds, and big.
But we have, yeah, this is their end of their incarn.
From Prev, once again saving Drake's.
But like we ended up being able to recover here because of that swap. So it was a really good life swap, helped us recover and our tiers to come back up. And now like we're super aggressive. We end up getting a crazy clone here too.
But the counter punches
because he dispels. He doesn't have kick. Actually, Drake had kick here too. I think he was trying to run.
Just looking to finish.
So Drake's trying to line at the same time that we get a dispel clone, and Drake's trying to line a sight because maybe he thinks it's on him.
But the counter.
He's trying to line a sight, and then we get a cyclone on Pally here on his dwarf.
Great, another void shift coming in from Prev, once again saving Drake's life, and it looks like for the moment they're surviving, but Prev is not out of the woods.
They're so dead here.
Critically low health at this point. Bless your protection, you might die through it.
And this is where Pika's actually screaming at the top of his lungs, and fucking his mic is cutting out and shit all game. What's the game plan when Ferals get gimped? I don't know. Play whatever is OP. I feel like I feel like rogues are going to be good again, and I feel like boomies are going to be good. So probably put Wiz back on a boomy. It's crazy because Pika's actually high HP,
She might die through it. Is he gonna fall?
but I bubble this stun because like they're just getting a ton of damage. So it's like I bubble this stun and spam heal.
Here, another blessing of protection comes through, and Jung
Is that gonna glare on the priest? I think.
Absterge is equally as well as Peekaboo is trying to get out of that entropic rift.
Pika runs away.
He's not able to find it. He kites out of the rift.
And like it's so damp here too. 37%. Like Wiz and Prev both teeing off in this amount of dampening means it's gonna be so hard to recover too.
Explosion, and he's back into bear form. He's expecting to get stunned. He's so terrified to make a move right now. Drake jumps in. He's bleeding two targets. This is devastating.
Son Drake, we get a rep on Wiz.
Damage is completely out of control right now. There's a repentance over onto
We
Wiz.
double fear DPS.
He's making miracles happen right now. Double fear onto Drake and Prev from Whiskey. Can he?
I get a Hodge on the pally. I think I get a rep here too. No, he trinket reps. He trinket Hodges me. We get a fear.
Doesn't have that luxury. Can they chain the CC on Absters? They need.
I start dying.
Not finding it. There is 0 mana for either side at this point. Sacrifice is up for Jung, but Bart's
We get a stun on the feral. I dispel dots.
is up for Peekaboo. Defense is looking.
We had a clone on the pally, max range clone on pally, which was crazy. Giants played a lot the first cup, hasn't played a lot since then because the classes he plays just aren't good
the Shadow Crash
at the moment. Like they were good, like he played Hunter and stuff, and we played BM Hunter, and then it got nerfed.
comes in from Whiskey. Drake tries to dive back to the pillar, but Jang's into the Cyclone. He's immediately back into Bear. Full repentance.
We get a full rep here, which was crazy. I actually got it right off the clone.
Back to the pillar, but Jang's into the Cyclone. He's immediately back into Bear. Full repentance from Absterge onto Jang, but Peekaboo can't push in behind the pillar. He's gonna die. He's terrified of going down. He tries to get a clone, but Whiskey's there for the fear. Can they finish? Drake
Double fear. And this is where Pika's just fucking screaming to fucking keep him alive, and we win soon. Fucking run this guy down, just screaming. His mic's cutting out.
He's going in.
This was so crazy how much damage everyone took here.
Trades for him.
Like he gets stunned, but Wiz is blasting here. Yeah, Saul was trying to sabotage us. Wiz was blasting here. So even though we're both like we get stunned and we're both dying, Drake actually ends up trying to run away from Pika and being in Wiz's line here too. So he still gets blasted. He can't line of sight.
He's going in onto Peekaboo. Has renewal. He needs to pop that immediately.
Right here. Pika runs to the pillar, chases Zhang. Drake runs away, but Drake is running where Wiz is still hitting him. It's like Wiz is still teeing off.
Bear form renewal, trying to stay in this frenzied regeneration. Anyone could topple. Hammers are down on.
And I get another rep.
No trinket available. Bleeds are ticking away. Dots are
get the half rep. Get the half rep, and then I think he clones them too.
Ticking away. Whiskey's trying to get the Shadow of Death. If Whiskey
triple DR clone, dude. Triple DR clone.
Can get there. Drake can go down. Whiskey's
and we stun him half DR.
Wrapping around the corner. Prev is off healing, but Whiskey.
And I dispel the silence too.
Get there. He gets silence,
and then we silence Pally too. So like I get a pretty fast dude. Thank God I got a fast dispel. I got a pretty quick dispel on the silence here because I was trying to cast a spell too.
Whiskey's wrapping around the corner.
So he gets silenced. So I get it like a little less than a second in because I was still casting my tears. Thankfully I wasn't like mega feed on the dispel.
He can't get there. He gets silenced and they do connect. There's no way the move have done it. They've taken down Drake, but Prev is not going to give up.
Yeah, you get to actually spam rep next patch, which is weird. So I think this game started off really weird, but ended up getting a nice win here too, I think. I think this is the game too where we ended up being super and like running around the pillar trying to make sure Prev doesn't kill us, dude.
But can he even keep
actually bubbled pretty quickly too. It's crazy. It's crazy we're dying through that. Like I bubble.
Be good enough to recover the
I dispel.
But the question is what is coming after, and that's where this game.
Then I get stunned.
Really dire. Drake finds a nice rake stun. He's gonna be caught out of position. Down on bubble options.
And then I dispel.
So far actually.
And then I actually bubble the dispel.
Doesn't place, but they're down on options so far actually. Nothing.
That's spam heal here.
Pika Absterge has to bubble, but can he even keep Pika alive here? The grip gets Drake with the Masters.
I get a glare here too, so we get a stun on the feral. I get a glare off the clone.
20%.
Prev is just in a good spots, and like they're playing to kind of triple dot. And we're also being a bit more aggressive, I would argue, so that we're getting like triple dotted more and like being in worse positions, kind of. So we're like sacrificing. We're sacrificing like defensive positioning for more offense. So I think this is where we realize that we have Incarn really soon and we just need to live. Like we're so behind on cooldowns. All we need to do is do nothing until Incarn. Kind of our do nothing till Incarn moment.
shortly, and he's trying to get as much value out of it as possible. He goes for a Hammer of Justice. Despite his entire team being dead, it forces the Divine Shield.
That was a pretty good rep, thank God.
To keep his team
Definitely fried. It's like, these are the moments where it's like, we can get so much pressure if we can actually reverse it with CC, which is why that's happening. Like, even though we're dying, like we're all kind of rotting, if I can get CC here, I know that we can get a lot of pressure.
Silence. His avenging wrath is likely going to fade.
It's like we get a silence.
Pretty shortly, and he's trying to get as much value out of it as possible. He goes for a Hammer of Justice, despite his entire team.
Let me get bubble there. That was crazy. I didn't even realize we got bubble there. Holy fuck. It's silence here, and like we just get so much pressure. We get the Siphene max range.
By Prev, massive damage. The Entropic Rift coming through. Pika's trying to kite away, avoids the detonation damage at least for the moment.
Yeah, peace out, Aya.
Once again, has to pull back.
They're doing it.
No defenses for Jung anymore. Everyone on Jung is just dying. And Jung needs to make
a bash pally.
Work here. He's losing on heals, on throughput,
Crazy.
and he's up to and not quite enough. The survival instincts are. But he lined.
I want to go to the end of this. I feel like this game was really good for us, and then we just, I fucked up this game. I threw this game. I think like this is where I'll skip through this game because it was a loss. We obviously don't look at losses. Come on, guys. I threw this game. Like we're at. What are we at?
Instincts here, and Jung trying to reposition, trying to get.
We're at 36% dampening. The Pally has no trinket, no bubble. He just used sack. I think he just used a bop. So he has lay. The Feral has no trinket. We have Incarn, like our Incarn just ended, but the Feral has no trinket. This is where our Shadow Priest cooldowns are coming back too. So like our Shadow Priest cooldowns come back, and I get cloned. And like at this point in the game, it's like, okay, we need to just be aggressive here. Like we need to stay aggressive because we're in such deep damp already at 40% that we can still win the game here. So I get cloned, and I actually end up sitting the clone,
who is rooted up,
which sucked because
and Cyclone Drake
what I should have done is I should have just bubbled this clone. I should have bubbled the clone and like dispelled dots, get a searing glare, make sure we're all full HP, and then I would have been able to get a rep off of the fear on the Pally, and I had Hodge.
As him called out.
So I get cloned, and I think I get stunned.
Nice vortex coming through.
I get stunned by the priest. The Pally gets feared.
As well as Pika is trying to kite away from the Entropic Rift.
And then while this is happening, I get silenced. And I think we die no swap. And like in my head I'm thinking I'm just going to sit this. I'm going to sit this because it's not deep dampening yet. And we still have swap, and like I'll be able to get out of CC. I'll be able to get out of CC and like bop Pika or something, like press bop or press lay, and we trade swap and dampening instead of me pressing bubble, because I wanted to be able to have bubble for like, I just didn't see the vision. Basically, I didn't see that we were in the spot to win the game. I kind of figured that we needed like one more set of DRs to win, so I sat here instead of bubbling. When it's like, if I bubble right here, we get a stun on the Pally. We get a fear on the Pally. So like right here, when I get cloned here, if I bubble, get my heals off, dispel dots, and then get a rep off the fear on the Pally that has no bubble and no trinket, like we actually just win this game. But instead I sit,
and Cyclone Drake has him,
and like look what happens. I sit,
nice vortex coming through as well as Pika trying.
And like if I just bubbled either the clone or the stun, then we just stay alive here because we get a double fear on the priest and the Pally.
To kite away from the Entropic Rift,
I get silenced, and like this whole time right here, like right at this moment, even the stun here.
Called out, nice vortex.
Right when I get stunned, if I just bubbled the stun and like like dispelled Pika, casted a couple heals, got a searing glare on the priest, repped the Pally, then we win this game. Because we get wall here.
Trying to kite away from the
so the Feral walls.
Rift, taking a solid amount,
and like what would have happened is I would have topped Pika. Gotten a rep on the Pally, 6 seconds. And then I had a Hodge off that he doesn't have Dispel for, and they don't have Mass Dispel. So we would have forced Skin and Swap. But because our Priest cooldowns are still up, and we have Silence for the Pally, because our Priest cooldowns are still up, and we're in such deep dampening, like we can ride momentum and win because we just pressed as he died. We had Siphon and we still had our priest cooldowns with Dark Ascension, and we have a silence still. So like then if I top us here, what happens is we still have swap to live. So even if it looks like we're dying, we can get a swap off. We can get a swap off and stay aggressive and keep the Feral and Bear, and like the game is over. But I sit the CC and like just troll. Like this was just so bad. This was really bad to sit. Robodrome. Dude, I got a lot of reps this game. This was a crazy game.
He's getting a lot of value out of Masters.
Okay, I'm gonna watch the end of this and then oh fuck, I want to watch the finals too, but I need to eat my food. I want to watch the end of this game.
He's rotting, but he's got Bark. Crowd control first.
I think I got so much CC this game.
He has to get a repentance at the same time his whole team is dying. Right now he's focused on defense. He's behind the pillar. Peekaboo gets stunned. He's going to trinket out.
I get Hodge.
Oh no, Jung is getting crowd control first. He's going for the rep.
We get a 1 HP swap here.
Blocks it with a fear, but Peekaboo's
We get the fucking 10 HP swap.
still just dying.
I get wings out.
Rep after emergency measures have been pulled by
Pally dispels.
Avenging Wrath to desperately try
And I get a rep here, I think, right?
and recover. Now
I get a Hodge. He sacks.
the back foot.
We go,
Jung
Pally.
into the Cyclone. Looks like he gets removed early. Cleaving 2 targets up here, but Peekaboo gets
This sucked that. Oh my god, I was so close to bopping this. I got silenced here because I already dispelled. And if I bopped this stun here on Pika, we would have killed them so much quicker.
be pretty durable. Nice cycle Drake. He jumps up with a vortex. He's clean.
But I couldn't get the bop. I got silenced here and I tried to dwarf, but I had VT.
2 targets. He has no void shift. He grips Peekaboo.
And then we just know here that like we need to be aggressive. Like this is where, like I said last game, the Tigers game, if we're aggro here, we win the game. So we just need to commit. And I think I get a rep around the corner.
Keep his momentum with his Blessier protection. He's immune to physical stuns and bleeds, but he gets feared during it by Prev, and Whiskey marches in. He gets a
So I get stunned by the priest. I get a glare on the priest here.
The move need to get crowd control. They need to win this game soon.
A searing glare the priest.
Almost completely out of mana. Here comes
Get a
the
judgment.
back. How are they going to try
I get a rep on the Pally here. I start casting rep in the bop, and then he gets fucked.
to get crowd control? They need to win this game soon. They're almost completely
He bops his
out
bash.
of mana. Here comes the bash. How are they going to trade?
And I get a rep.
Drake bops it, but now he doesn't have bop for Drake. Drake is just dying to the bleeds. Peekaboo fakes the kick, and Drake is going down the move. Go to match point.
This was crazy. I feel like the last 2 minutes of this game was insane. We got like a crazy like CC chain. We had sack. We had clone.
Void shift. That is an opening that they were able to win on Ashamanes with.
And now the sack is out as well. Drake is still down on half HP. If they can stop
We had a
this
clone. He has sack. I get a rep off. I get a rep right when sack ends too, I'm pretty sure. Because he has sack up already. But I actually time it and get it right when it ends, I think.
To look better and better with every passing.
Right when it ends. Holy shit, look at that.
They can stop this clone. Whiskey does it with a stun. This is starting to
Look at sack. It's lit up right now. Yo, Soft, what up?
look better and better.
Soft is... Sack is lit up still. And like right when it ends, I timed it because I juked this cast here.
If they can stop this
So thankfully I got like the timing right on this.
clone, Whiskey does it with a
So I start casting rep.
stun. This
And then I fake it because he has sack up.
is starting to look better
And I retime it for right off the clone still. Because it was like a second after the clone ended. And I get it
better.
right when it fades. Right when it fades. Holy fuck. He couldn't get around the pillar either.
Free passing second. Absurge looks for another repentance. Finds the full one on Jung. Prenf doesn't have the MD. Gets hodged up. It's half DR though, so not locking him down for long. Drake still under a massive amount of.
What did I hodge? Hodge the priest.
It's half DR though, so not locking him down for long. Prenf doesn't have the second.
So this was crazy because we ended up getting the last of his Heart of the Wild heals, and we got Barkskin here.
Absurge looks for another repentance.
What happens here? We get a fear on the rep, I think.
Void shift maybe to trade as
Yeah, we actually
is
do.
looking
We
for
get a fear on the rep, and then do I rep him?
doesn't quite find it. Whiskey with a great defensive 2-man.
Now I get the rep on him. So we get a fear into the half rep. And then I think... What happens here?
Pika now reconnecting.
So this rep actually sucked. This was a bad rep because it was just DR'd.
Looking for some extra CC, but
But we got a stun the Feral.
is trying to waddle back in. Gets the void proc, but look at the mana. Zhang on 50%.
Now what happens?
Control with it.
What happens here?
Does some solid damage to Pika, but
And he dispels dots.
has everything under control with.
Then we get a
its proc,
silence.
look at the mana.
Then we get a lot of burst damage onto the Feral because we have Dark Ascension.
Zhang on 50%.
We silence the Pally right when the Feral gets chunked.
Send Absurge on
And then they swap. Oh no, he actually... Oh yeah, he died because of the clone, right?
15. This is
Match
dire.
point, Drake is
Drake
down.
so low.
Oh my god, he lives. He lives. I get hodged.
He might just die.
Or he gets hodged. I hodge him.
Outright, but the
He
damage.
gets swap. So We get swapped there, and then we're double casting clone and rep,
Not quite enough.
and then I get the rep. So we overlapped here, which sucked. Like we overlapped this. We were double casting, and we overlapped it. It should have just been one of us getting it because they had no stops.
Whiskey gets the Void Torrent through, but scary seconds, and Jung isn't even.
And then he dies. Fucking crazy.
CC Drake down to 5%.
He actually dies off the swap too. They just swapped here, and he dies anyways.
He might just scary seconds, and Jung down. This
Crazy.
setup, this CC, everything is perfect,
Crazy.
and they are back on top.
All right, the move.
Damn,
all
there
their
it is.
preparations, all their work, all their blood, sweat, and tears, all of the weeks
There it
of
is.
being totally.
But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Today was a crazy day, man. I can't believe it, and yeah, it was a crazy day. I can believe it, of course, but like, it's just a crazy day, man. We knew that all we needed to do was get third place to make finals. We got third place and more. Got third place, made finals, won 3-0 again, got top two, got into the finals, won again, boom. Fucking crazy day, man. Like I said, it means a lot, man. All the support, everybody. Appreciate you all the follows, the subs, the fucking bits, everything. I have not been able to stream much the last month.
Bussing makes me feel good. Bussing makes me feel good.
You know, I've just been sick. I've had COVID for 3 weeks. Me and my girlfriend are both super sick, and it's been really shitty because I've been kind of going stir crazy, like not being able to stream. So to have a day like today and then the stream and like the win, it was a crazy day. So appreciate you all. Thank you for all the support. Hope you guys enjoyed the games. It was a crazy fucking day, and your support means a lot.